No Man's Sky, the game that promised the world, delivered a pebble, and then somehow quietly built a galaxy. Today we're looking back at one of the most infamous comebacks in gaming history. This is Worth It Now, and this is our retro review of No Man's Sky. Calling this story of No Man's Sky a narrative is generous. Originally, the game threw you onto a random planet with a broken ship and said, "Good luck, Space Cowboy," and that was it. No clear antagonist, no cutscenes, no lore to chew on, just you, the stars, and a vague promise of the centre of the galaxy. But things changed. Over the years, Hello Games introduced the Atlas Path, Artemis, and a string of other storylines. These gave context, mystery, and even some emotional resonance. It's still a bit esoteric, like reading sci-fi poetry while mildly sedated, but at least now there's structure and some purpose. The story is as easygoing as the rest of the game. There's no urgency. You can participate or you can just enjoy exploring, building, surviving.
Ships deleted.
Visually, No Man's Sky is a kaleidoscope of the beautiful and the bizarre. Procedurally generated planets mean you'll see a lot, and I mean a lot, of weird stuff. Some of it breathtaking, colossal ringed planets casting shadows over fiery moons. Oftentimes, it's just a purple cow with 6 legs standing on a green rock that looks like it's melting. Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to make sure you aren't in a fever dream. The game has aged surprisingly well over the years. The visual fidelity has improved with better lighting, texture work and performance on consoles. And on PC, crank it up and you've got yourself a space tourism simulator with trippy vibes and Instagram-worthy sunsets. It's one of the few older games I've reviewed that has actually improved with age. The visuals are not without their problems though. I did have a few occasions where the game began to chug a little. Maybe I was too close to a black hole and the space-time continuum started to break down. The cynical among you would probably say the frame rate dipped a bit. This is a big, ambitious game and there is a ton of stuff going on behind the scenes to generate all those planets, and I suspect this is going to put a strain on a lot of people's rigs. Performance wasn't awful, but it was a bit patchy. Despite the performance hiccups, the game is stunning to look at and scores 22 out of 25 for graphics. Now this is where things get really interesting. At launch, gameplay was bare bones. Mine resources, fix ship, leave planet, repeat, like Cosmic Groundhog Day but without the charisma of Bill Murray. Now it's a buffet of systems. You've got base building, farming, freighters, exocrafts, pets, underwater exploration, space combat, settlements to manage, multiplayer missions. It's basically a space opera Lego set. The game is thick with systems, meaning you can play in a way to suit you. Want to be the baddest space pirate in, well, space, and dogfight your way across the galaxy? That's totally an option. But if you want to unleash your inner Tom Nook, you can concentrate on gathering resources and building a space haven or 3. When I started playing, the building mechanics felt a little undercooked. I couldn't get panels to snap to each other reliably. I felt like a toddler trying to eat spaghetti. The panels ended up everywhere they weren't supposed to. I soldiered on and managed to get some results I was happy with. However, since the beacon update dropped, that particular issue seems to have been fixed. Lining things up and getting them to snap in place works much better now, and building has become much more satisfying. Base building in general is a newer revelation to me. I didn't really think about it a great deal when I came across it in other games, but since giving Core Keeper a try and becoming utterly addicted to it, it's a mechanic that I now love. No Man's Sky's take on it is decent. There's plenty of material types, machinery and furniture to unlock. It will keep you seriously busy as you cement yourself as the universe's premier interior designer. If you want to see some frankly jaw-dropping creations, just type No Man's Sky base tour into YouTube search and prepare to be amazed. I will drop a few links in the description if you're interested. However you decide to play, exploration is still the core loop, and yeah, the planets can feel repetitive after the 50th desert world with red grass and angry pineapples, but the systems layered on top give you direction, goals and personal projects. It's the kind of game where you log in to just do a couple of things and suddenly it's 3 AM and you're arguing with an alien Karen about their rip-off prices. Another thing that's been rounded out since the game's release is combat. The enemy AI has been worked on, and many of the criticisms levelled at the game's fight mechanics when it first came out have been addressed. However, combat is still more of a side dish than a main course. Land and space combat are fun enough and still manage to be better than Starfield, but the bread and butter of No Man's Sky is the exploration, the sense of discovery, the wonder of the unknown. It's definitely more Star Trek than Star Wars. When I was a child, I often longed for a game that would let me play out my space exploration fantasies. I didn't realise at the time I would have to wait until I had a wife, mortgage and 3 kids to experience it. No Man's Sky gives you that feeling of the vastness and mystery of space, seamlessly taking off from a planet and blasting towards the stars, not knowing what awaits you, never gets old. It's a feeling that many games have aimed for and hardly any have achieved. No Man's Sky is jam-packed with stuff to do, and most of it is fun, absorbing, or both. Gameplay scores 23 out of 25. No Man's Sky nails the atmosphere literally and sonically. The audio is immersive in a way that sneaks up on you. Wind howling across alien tundras, the hum of your ship powering up, the ominous bleep of sentinels scanning your inventory, it all pulls you in. The music by 65 Days of Static is a standout. It's this lo-fi, ambient, electronic post-rock blend that fits the game's mood perfectly. Think space jazz for introverts. It's subtle yet grand, like if Brian Eno had a space baby with a synthesizer. The music and ambient effects are as surreal as the rest of the game. They fit the vibe perfectly and score 23 out of 25. This might be the most impressive part. No Man's Sky launched in 2016 as a cautionary tale, and today it's a redemption arc in real time. Every update since launch, dozens of them, have been free. New features, new mechanics, even VR support. Hello Games turned disappointment into dedication. It's now a live service game without the live service nickel and diming. No battle passes, no microtransactions, just a small team quietly working for years to make good on a promise most players had given up on. For the price of admission, which is pleasingly wallet friendly if you shop around, you're getting a space exploration sandbox that you could hand down through generations of your family and still wouldn't be able to scratch the surface of the 18 quintillion planets on offer. To say the game is big is a huge understatement. To fully explore the story and all the gameplay mechanics alone can take hundreds of hours, and that's without the practically unlimited amount of exploration you can do. Despite being a behemoth of a game, it's actually quite easy to dip in and out of and play a bit here and there. Think of No Man's Sky as an elephant that does yoga. It's big and flexible. There is so much stuff in here that value can only score a perfect 25 out of 25. No Man's Sky isn't the game it was supposed to be. It's something better. A game that became what it should have been and then kept going. It's not perfect, the UI can be fiddly, combat's still floaty, and not everyone's going to vibe with the slower, sometimes hypnotic pace. But if you want a game that lets you lose yourself in a sprawling, weird, gorgeous universe with the freedom to chart your own path, this is it. So is No Man's Sky worth it now? Absolutely, especially if you love exploration, creativity, and the occasional purple cow. No Man's Sky scores 93 out of 100. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip across the stars, leave a like, subscribe for more retro reviews, and drop a comment with your most ridiculous No Man's Sky planet name. See you next time.